Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. As parents, we just want our kids to be happy, right? We want them to be well adjusted. We want them to be very comfortable in their own skin, but we also want to support their decisions. But what if their style isn't exactly what we'd like it to be? We're talking about tattoos, piercings, unique hair colors. Parenting expert Katherine Sellery is joining us, and she's going to shed some light on this delicate issue. Katherine, you're in Denver, Colorado, but you're right down the street for us. Tell us about, quickly, the conference that you're at.
I'm at the Global Mental Health Exchange. It's the largest mental health conference in the country. It's right down the road from you guys here at the Walt Disney Dolphin Hotel.
All right. Well, obviously, we appreciate you being on here. I know you're very busy and stuff. And, you know, teens as well as young adults, they all dress their ways. Sometimes it's not the ways that the parents might actually like. You have a theory that you say we, as parents, need to agree to disagree. And you got to explain this to me.
Well, the agree to disagree is that as your strong-willed child gets older and they start making decisions by themselves, you're bound to run into something that you're going to disagree on.
Right.
Perhaps they dyed their hair, got that tattoo, chose a college major that you weren't expecting. So when it comes to these types of disagreements, there are some things that you're going to be able to accept and others you can't. So before you jumped into the judgment of you can't do that, no, you're wrong, open a line of dialogue with them about their decision. Ask about their reasoning and rationale. Consider how the behavior or decision affects you, if at all, and consider how it affects them. If it isn't endangering them, it's still vital not to interfere. It's their journey. While they might look back on the tattoo and think it was a mistake, it's their mistake to make.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you attempt to change their minds when it isn't necessary, you may actually end up pushing them away. Yeah. And in these instances, it's important to agree to disagree about their decisions. You'll have a much closer relationship with your child as a result.
Where were you 20 years ago for me to learn that lesson, you know, with that, right? With the child that I lost, especially, and I look back and I go, because he had one tattoo when he turned 18, and I was like, you can't get tattoos. And that made him want to get more and more and more, and because he wanted to be himself. And had I learned that lesson a long time ago, just accept him. And I'm not going to lie, there's probably some of that as parents that we're embarrassed, and that has got to do something to a kid's self-esteem. If you're embarrassed because they have green hair, they're like, you're my parents. No matter what I look like, you should like me. Am I right or wrong on that?
Totally. I mean, that's exactly how a child feels is, do you only like me if I have conventional hair color?
Yeah.
What happens to me in our love and connection if I change the color of my hair?
Yeah, wow, yeah. I got to tell you, probably the biggest lesson that I learned as far as being a parent was once I figured that out. You say let them fall, though, and that has got to be, that's so easy to say, but what do you mean by that? Let them fall.
I know, it's so hard, but known for being spirited and brave, those strong-willed children learn best through experience. Yeah. Do they want to try and ride their bike by themselves? Let them, as long as they aren't in any real danger, right? It's important not to interfere when they're trying something new. It may be difficult. The key is to let them fall and be there to support them through the tears. Yeah. They will be the wiser for it.
I love that. All right. When, as a parent, do we actually need to step in and actually draw the line, saying, no, that's not going to happen?
Well, you know, if the behavior is really harmful, this is where things can get tricky.
Okay.
If your child's made the decision or is engaging in behaviors that you feel are truly harmful to them, it's important to communicate your feelings. This is where we say draw a line in the sand. Let them know that you think the behavior is unacceptable. Explain your reasons, but use I messages. For example, you can say, I wish you would stop smoking. I'm worried about the effect on your health.
Okay.
That's less accusatory and more likely to provoke an empathic response than you messages. You're driving me crazy when you don't listen to me and do what I say. You messages put blame on the other person for how you feel and imply it's their fault for those feelings and they're responsible for changing those feelings. And of course, that's all ridiculous. We know that other people don't cause our feelings.
It's how we react to them and that sort of thing. I wholeheartedly agree. So it sounds like the summation is the best we could do is just love and accept them for who they are. And imagine as a parent, we take that as our learning lesson where we're trying to teach them a lesson. We can get that back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was just saying, you know, if you ever want to really grow up, have kids. They'll push every one of your buttons and teach you who you are.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. You know, then it becomes that age, 17 and then 18. Okay. Once they turn 18, do we just say, shut up and go, all right, you're an adult, you can do whatever you want to do? Do we kind of just...
Oh, heavens no.
Okay, explain that.
No. Yeah, well, you know, we want to be able to maintain our connection with our kids regardless of their age. And this is where, if connection is our main objective over being right or making a point or all the rest of it, then we become the trusted advisor. We become the one that they call no matter what age they are, and they want to know, what do you think I could do? And they're asking us for our support because we have somehow managed to slip through and become one of the people who influence them.
Absolutely.
And ultimately, that's what we're trying to do all the way through the parenting journey, is stay in the influencer seat. The more power you use, the less influence you have.
Yeah, there is something too when you let your child make that mistake and they come back to you as an adult and they go, Dad, you were right. No sweeter
That's
other
right.
words. I love it because I did the right thing and let them do it. Look for that time machine. Go back and visit me 20 years from now, okay? So I can be a better parent there. And I thank you always for joining us. If you want more information on how you can get some great free parenting, and just go to freeparentingbook.com. We'll have the link on our website. Thank you, Katherine.